So, Constantine the Great, what do we know about him? What do the actual sources say? What did he actually do? Was he a good guy or a bad guy? Well, when Diocletian's persecution was going on, we know that he didn't persecute any Christians where he was at, where he was in charge of, which was southern Britain, is where he was stationed at. Originally, it was from Dalmatia, which is modern-day Serbia, Croatia. Or that's where his family was from. He was probably from some Italic line. And then he gets into he gets into a fight with the other. I don't know if it was the Augustus or the Caesar at the time. No, it was Maxentius, right? At the Battle of Milvian Bridge. Later, it's reported that he sees something in the sky. Some people say it's a comet, some say it's a cross, some say it's the Cairo, whatever. But it said that from that point on, he painted the Christian symbol of the Cairo, or the Greek letters Chi and Rho, on the shields. Maxentius was a great persecutor of Christians. And he won the battle. Apparently the bridge collapsed under Maxentius. Constantine probably took this as a sign that Christ was the God that helped him in battle. In 313, he ruled the empire with Licentius, enacting the Edict of Tolerance, the Edict of Milan, which gave freedom to all religions. Licentius tried to stab him in the back, tried to kill him. He defeated Licentius, therefore controlling all of the empire. And also Licentius started persecuting Christians again. And therefore, what did Constantine do? He didn't take vengeance on him. Normally, a Roman emperor would have every one of their slaves even killed, all of their family, and salt sown into the land. But no, he doesn't kill them. He just exiles them. To a very nice villa, by the way. He just keeps them under house arrest. Then he winds up moving the capital and building Constantinople. And you could see on the coins over time, he struggles with, he still believes in the old gods for some, and then he slowly comes to believing that Christ is dominant God, or maybe the only God, or Christianity is the only religion, maybe. Because on his coins, he still have Christian symbols next to pagan symbols. So it's a thought out, conscious working it out, you know. There's a upset in the empire, starting in Alexandria, with this new teaching arising that's threatening to divide a pretty unified church, which is called Arianism. It gets settled at Nicaea, although it was 300-2 decision against Arius, but everybody basically lapses into Arianism anyways. Most of the bishops are teaching Arianism, except for Athanasius, basically Athanasius Contra Mundo. And then Constantine dies. Faustina and her child get killed. That's his sister, who's married to Licentius, or Lactantius. But most likely that's done by Lactantius' own men, who see him as a traitor and want to go back to the old gods, or at least keep persecuting Christians. Christianity and all religions remained legal until Julian the Apostate, who began to persecute the Christians and pick a fight with the Persians. He gets killed. Theodosius comes to power and says, and he's actually he's not an Arian, he's a Trinitarian Christian, which is the Arians believe in the Trinity, but whatever. And says, screw it. Christianity is the official religion of the Roman Empire. Paganism still isn't outlawed. It just slowly goes away. Even later on, when sects and other things would be outlawed, like the Novatians. There'd be fighting with the Novatians. There'd be the Arians were very hostile to the Catholics under the Vandals and the Visigoths. The old pagan gods, even the Huns would, Attila Hun claimed to have the sword of Mars and tried to kill the Christians. The Vikings were very anti-Christian. But the Roman Empire never persecutes anyone who believes in the old Roman or Greek gods. They just kind of stop believing in them. So, calling Constantine superstitious, he was the least superstitious of the emperors, the most merciful, the most magnanimous, reunited the empire, and I mean, I don't know what else to say. That's just what all the sources paint the picture of, even his enemies. But because nobody wants to read any of this stuff, they go crazy. The fundamentalists blame him for Caesaro-papism and starting the papacy, even though the Pope of Rome didn't like Constantine. He gets, I mean, everything. Oh, he was a secret pagan. Well, he wasn't secret about it. Or then he was anti-pagan. Not true. Or that he was a fanatical Christian. No, he didn't really know what Christianity was. It's more like how Clovis, when he was losing in battle, he wound up crying out to his wife's god, who was the Christian god, and the tide of the battle turned, so Clovis said, okay, screw it, we're going to be Christians now. But Constantine just saw Christ as a god who was helping him, or the Trinity as a god that was helping him, and pretty much learned about Christianity through reading the works and teachers, and then the Council of Nicaea, who he didn't have a hand in, and he pretty much sided with the Arians after the Nicene Council. I mean, he didn't put up much of a fight. He wasn't a theologian, right? As most Christians and Muslims and Hindus and Jews are not. They go, oh, that's what the rabbis say, or that's what the imams say, or that's what the bishops say. Okay. Or that's what the Bible says, or that's what the Quran says. All right. But yeah, what did he do? What did he do that was evil? Besides, diverting some money to building the pagan temples, to constructing churches, seeing that the empire had been constantly destroying churches for the last 300 years. What's the big charge against him? What, that Edward Gibbon didn't like him, and Edward Gibbon is laughed at? He's not even a real scholar 300 years ago, and he was just a cranky old idiot. Or that Eusebius wrote about, that he said he saw something in the sky, which Constantine never. We don't get anything from Constantine's mouth saying I saw something in the sky, so I converted to Christianity. Really, honestly, where's the criticism? Where any valid criticism, not like, Constantine came to me in a dream and threatened to cut my penis off or something like that. Or wild accusations without a shred of evidence. All right, peace to you.